Hey everybody, Mav Hunter here. Set up on my 12th day for my 12th evening hunt for Arizona over-the-counter archery mule deer bucks. So I'm set up on this field edge, back in the trees. I got the right wind. It's about 4:30, so just waiting for magic hour, which anyway is about from 5:15 until 6:15. We'll see if any deer come walking this edge tonight. And hopefully the GoPro will catch some of that action. Wish me luck. I had worked my way out of my blind along this dried irrigation ditch to an adjoining field. I'm trying to keep low in the ditch, but I've got this group of deer about 70 yards away from my position. And only one buck, but it's just a 2-point. But he's got some potential. He's got good width, good height. Maybe in 3-4 years he'll be a shooter buck. But they're just feeding along out there in the evening light. Hey everybody, Mav Hunter here. I'm on my stand for the evening hunt, so I got about 2.5 hours until loss of shooting light and dusk appears. So I'm sitting down here in the salt cedars in the southwest Arizona desert on an intersection of 3 deer trails next to an irrigation canal. And so the deer are going back and forth from their bedding area to the agriculture fields. So I'm hoping that they're going to sneak across from their bedding area over there and come this way to the feeding fields, which are behind me about 1/4 to 1/2 mile. So stay tuned. The wind has shifted a little bit, but in the distance there, out past the brush line on the horizon, to my left I've got, looks like 10 or 12 deer and a pretty nice buck, but they're in the next field over. And then to my right there, just to the right of those twigs and branches, I've got another 6 deer in the other field. So these deer are both about 1/4 mile away from my position. With the wind change, I'm going to have to circle to my left or to the northwest to see if I can get around behind them using the irrigation ditch as cover, see if I can sneak within range and see if one of those bucks is indeed a trophy buck and a shooter. So I've circled northwest, got the wind right, and I come across this little group of deer that I saw the night before. It looks to be the same 2-point buck, but they got sight of me here. So I'm zoomed in from about 200 yards and they're moving back into the brush on the edge of this field. Well, back at camp, I've fed my dog Luna her dinner. I've had my dinner. Now I'm sitting next to the campfire here, just kind of having some quiet time before I hit the sack, get some sleep, and get ready for the next day. Just something about a nice warm campfire on a cold desert evening. Hey everybody, Mav Hunter here. This is my second to last evening hunt. So this is the day before closing. So this is Sunday, the day before closing tomorrow, which is Monday, January 31st. It's been a good hunt these past 18, 20 days. It's a long time to be away from home. I have a very understanding wife. Love you, babe. Anyway, I've had several opportunities. I passed 9 legal bucks. Most of those were in the 130 to 150, 160 class. I've seen 2 bucks over 200 class, and I took a shot at a big 6x6, not counting eye guards, that I grazed right underneath his chest at 71 yards and drew a little blood, followed him for all that day. Saw him the next day chasing does. Saw where he was bedded, put another stock, and a doe blew my cover. So I went over and looked where he was bedded down, and there was no more blood. So it must have been a superficial grazing under his chest. Anyways, we'll see what the evening holds. Here I've got 2 bucks headed my way. They were about 300 yards out, and the rattling of the antlers got their attention. So I've got one that's coming in, and he comes around the corner of this bush, and I can see he's a little 3-point. So put the bow back down. The other buck had stopped and crossed another trail, chasing off after some other does. This buck soon turns around and heads back from whence he came. There's a little rabbit here that came out of the edge, and just about then came a coyote. Coyote saw me and hit the brakes, ran back in the brush, and you can see the rabbit move along here. It's that little gray shadow against the brown brush there, to the left of the irrigation gate. Cute little thing, but I guess I saved him from the coyote. Set up along the edge again. I look down range there and I spot a very nice buck, big bodied buck, dark color. Comes out on the edge of the little access dirt road. I hit the grunt call a couple times. He stops, looks my way, and now he starts walking towards me. Through the binoculars, I can see he's a nice 3x3. He's got some pretty good mass. He's got nice eye guards. And I'm thinking about taking a shot, as I've only got 2 more days left to my hunt. But having 2 back home filled with deer and elk meat from previous hunts. My goal of this hunt was to get one of those 2 bigger bucks. So I decided to pass a perfect broadside shot here on this 3x3 in the hopes that either later tonight or the next 2 days I might get a shot opportunity at one of the trophy bucks. Oh my God, what a shot opportunity right here. The buck was broadside, he was looking the opposite way. And about this moment, I'm kind of double thinking myself, what did I just pass up there? He was a real decent buck, probably in the 140 range, but he had such great mass for a 3x3 and nice eye guards. But I've always been told you can't kill the big bucks if you shoot the little bucks. So hopefully the next 2 days I might get a shot opportunity at one of those 2 trophies. And there's my hunting partner, Luna. Luna's taking in, she's got her gray fleece blanket around her, and she's got a folded up bath towel for a pillow, and then she's under her dog bed, which is a 3-inch foam mattress dog bed, so she's pretty comfortable. Maybe you can hear her snoring there a little bit. She's such a good dog, but having a dog in deer camp kind of limits my hunting a little bit. I can't go all day morning to dusk. So I go out in the morning for 2 to 3 hours, then come back. And she gets a good run at that point because she waits in the truck for me for 2 to 3 hours. Then we go back to camp at midday, take a 2-3 hour break. Sometimes we take a 30-minute nap. And she gets a quick little lunch, which is half a cup of kibble. And then we go out hunting about 3 o'clock again. She waits in the truck until I come back at 6:30. And then for dinner, she gets a full cup of kibble, plus a little beef chuck steak that I cut up into small pieces and cooked on the side. So she gets a little beef chuck steak with some juices, and she gets a cup of kibble for dinner. But today she got a special treat for brunch. She got some scrambled eggs with some sausage, some link sausage cut up in it that I split with her. So this is my hunting partner, Luna. Good night, little girl. You've been a really good dog on this hunting trip, waiting in the truck for Daddy every morning and every evening. Good night, little girl. Sleep tight. Daddy loves you.